Hi everyone, David Saad here from Skyjems.ca. Thank you all so much for joining me. I have on the turntable an absolutely stunning 24.67 carat GIA certified emerald. Absolutely a stunner. You can see it going on the turntable right now. It's an incredible gem, wonderful, wonderful rich color to it. And this is a size of a gem that is really a piece that is for royalty. It's unbelievable. I really do feel lucky to own this gem. I have a few others that you might be looking at right now that are in this size range, and I do really feel incredibly fortunate to have, that I get to own these gems. Even if I don't get to own them forever, I often say the only reason I sell gems is so I can buy more gems. So owning this, along with some of the other big, fine, beautiful greens that I have, is really quite a pleasure, and it's quite an honor. And I do want to say thanks for enabling me to do that. So this gem does have a GIA certificate. You can view that on the website via the link in the description. You can head on over there now. This video is embedded in there as well. There's some more pictures of the gem, as well as, of course, the ability to purchase it. Now, this stone is going to make an absolutely unbelievable piece of jewelry. It's a dazzling stone, brilliant, brilliant piece. The color is lovely. As you can see it going around again, you can see just how nice and thick that saturation is on the gem. It's really quite an incredible, incredible piece. Take a look at that as it's coming around again. This is just, this is a gem that really, really speaks to you. And, it doesn't just, you don't just get to enjoy it with your eyes. You get to enjoy it with kind of all of your being. And I know this, if you don't know about gems and you don't know emeralds, you might have never had this feeling before. But, when people say that a gem speaks to you, it means that you have kind of a connection with it. And this is definitely a gem that is quite spectacular. And it's going to make a luxurious piece of jewelry. If you are looking to have a piece of jewelry made, I'd love to be the one to do it for you. You can reach out to me at david@skyjems.ca. If you have some photos of what it is you want to make, I can get you a quote on that, and we can go from there. Now, back to this incredible stone going around on the turntable here. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Take a look at that. What a stone. And I mean, it's huge. Absolutely huge. You can see that color. Unbelievable. The saturation. Absolutely incredible. As you can see, as far as clarity goes, it does, of course, have eye visible inclusions. It's a 25 carat emerald. Emeralds always have inclusions. One of the reasons, and not one of the reasons, but I'll explain to you why it is that emeralds always have inclusions. And that is because on a molecular level, the molecules that make up the beryl, which is the host crystal, are a very different size than the chromium or vanadium, which is what gives emerald its green color. So when those come together, which is a freak accident, by the way, they happen, though, chromium and vanadium occur at a completely different level geologically in the earth than the beryl forms. So you actually need really intense seismic upheaval for those minerals to be brought together. Now that seismic upheaval, coupled with the fact that the size of the molecules of the beryl and of the chromium and or vanadium are different, mean that emeralds always have inclusions. We actually have, there's writings about the treatment of emeralds with oil, and this gem is treated. It's F2 on the GIA certificate. You can take a look at that again on the website. Generally, you look at F1, F2, F3. F1 is minor, F2 is moderate, F3 is heavy. F2 is kind of the norm, and generally with an F2 stone, you're very safe that this is what the stone is going to look like forever. You're not going to see a lot of change unless you take it and put in acetone to take the oil out on purpose. So beautiful stone, As I said, there are eye visible inclusions. Of course, it's an emerald. That's, emeralds have inclusions. If I had a stone this big that didn't have, if it had this kind of color, because it's amazing color, with this kind of saturation and was a, eye clean stone, we're talking about a, $10 or $20 million stone, right? These are the kinds of, that's the kind of gem you're looking at. Absolutely a stunner. You can see the cutting on this is wonderful as well. The cutting, as it's been going around here, I hope you've kind of noticed, you see the polish, finish and polish is lovely, but also the cutting angles, proportions are very, very good. So you can see now, beautiful crown angles, lovely girdle on it as you're seeing the pavilion in the back, beautifully cut, nice steps, nice symmetry. This is really a gem that kind of brings it all together, and it gives us a ravishing, beautiful, radiant gem that, like I said in the beginning, it's going to set up incredibly well, and it's going to make a fabulous piece of jewelry. I've now taken the gem off the turntable and put it into my hand so you can get a little bit of a closer look at it. Normally I would put it into a pair of tweezers, but with a gem this large, I don't actually like to risk using tweezers with it, so I'm putting it in my hands to give you a better look, a close-up look. Take a look at that. Absolutely a stunner. Also, if you want to come in and take a look at this in person, and you are in the Toronto area, or you're going to be in the Toronto area, I'd love to have you into my office. You can reach out to me at david@skyjems.ca or phone me at 647-436-7733 to make an appointment. The amazing thing with emeralds is that when you do set them up, they always, 100% of the time, every emerald ring or pendant or anything I've ever made, the stone looks way better once it's set up. So, people will often say that, people will set pieces up to, hide the problems with them. To me, it's more about, enhancing the gem that you have. So, when you're looking at this, you're going to be looking at it from the front, and, you can see some of the inclusions. Now, when you're looking at it from the back, you might find some of the inclusions, a little bit heavier, right? Seeing here. And these are all things that might be a little bit, distressing to you as a client, that you're, when you're taking a look at it like this. And I do show all of these to you because I don't want to do a 10-second video and say, oh, 10-second video here, buy this gem. I like to show all of these because, I have a 30-day money-back guarantee. I make it super easy to return items. So I need to show all of these problems so that when you get your gem or you get your piece of jewelry, you say, oh my gosh, when I saw this, it was on a computer screen and all the inclusions were way enlarged. And now that I see it in person, it is unbelievable. That is 99.99% of the time the reaction I get from my customers. Like I said, 30 days to return it. So, if you have any doubts about the gem or about me or about Skyjems, you can buy the gem. It has a certificate. You get it. Take it to your, I really do. I encourage people. Take it to your jeweler or take it to an appraiser or take it to a third party, somebody that's not me, and show it to them and tell them how much you paid. And, I've never had anybody say that, hey, you ripped me off or anything like that. What I have had happen many, many times is that, especially when it's a jeweler, the jeweler ends up calling me up, oh, my customer bought a really beautiful sapphire from you. Do you have wholesale pricing? And, I end up getting clients because my customers go to their jeweler who ends up calling me. And of course, there are times when, a jeweler will, hammer my stone or whatever because they're upset or they're jealous or whatever that their customer went somewhere else. But usually, especially in this day, most jewelers are, understand that, we're all, you're never going to get 100% of the business. And, although I want my customers to buy from me 100% of the time, it's become a little bit more open. 20 years ago was definitely very different. I wouldn't have told you to bring it to your jeweler 20 years ago, because 20 years ago, I could guarantee, I bought this stone on the internet and jewelers wouldn't even look. They'd say, oh, it's fake, right? And, you know, I don't know what happened to all those jewelers, but I know that I'm still here, and, you know, I don't know about them. So anyway, I could talk all day long, as those of you who have watched a lot of my videos know. So I'm going to call it quits for now. And just want to say thank you all so much for watching. Have yourself a great day. And don't forget to tell your friends about skygems.ca. Bye for now.